Hi everyone. Welcome back. Spring break 2020 is now over, and we push our way off through the rest of this school year. I hope you're all able to have some fun and relax and take in all that has been. All right, so we're getting started with marking period 4 here on a topic that we looked a little bit about already in the Cold War. All right, so let's open up Simon and see. So we'll be looking at vocab. Don't worry about any pictures. You're going to be reading and taking notes for mini unit 12. And tomorrow you'll be taking your open note quiz. So today and tomorrow will be devoted to that. Now, uh, also, the last day for redos has been pushed back to Thursday, April 16th. Uh, and everything is in classrooms. If you need something, you should be able to find it there. If not, email me. Email me if you need something to be graded. Excuse me. Also, school algebra will open on Tuesday from 8 to 12 for mini unit 12, as well as redoing 9, 10, and 11. All right, so that's it for the housekeeping stuff. On to today's lesson. All right, so our vocab for mini unit 12. All right, so this first term here is domino theory. This is a concept. This is idea that nations would fall to communism in a row, like a row of dominoes would fall. Two, the Viet Cong. This is a group we've already met in Vietnam. These are communist rebels uh, fighting for independent Vietnam. Three, the Khmer Rouge. This is a communist group in Cambodia. Four, non-aligned nations. These are nations that are neither going to side with the United States or the Soviet Union during the Cold War. The Politburo. This is a group, this is the ruling committee or kind of like a Congress in the Communist Party. We'll see these in different countries. Glasnost and perestroika, these are related to each other. These are concepts that a man by the name of Mikhail Gorbachev will create as he will be the leader of the Soviet Union. Term 8 is Mikhail Gorbachev. He is the leader of the Soviet Union from 1985 to 1991 when the Soviet Union falls. We also have 9 is Nikita Khrushchev. He is the leader of the Soviet Union after Stalin, so the early years of the Cold War. And 10, Fidel Castro. He was the communist leader of Cuba. All right, so those are our terms. All right, our reading for it. So here's our overview. As I already said, that we are looking at the Cold War, and these first two sections here, Allies become enemies, and the Eastern Europe's Iron Curtain. These are, review from our mini unit 11, and we're here to look how the United States are going to try to prevent Soviet expansion, and then the Cold War divides the world. We'll be looking at different alliances that form and weapons technology that develops, as well as space flight. And then we'll look at how the communist transforms China, how what's going to happen in China as the communists have, now we know that the communists have control over China, what kind of changes are going to happen. And then we're going to be looking at a Cold War conflict in the war in Korea. Some of your grandparents may have served in this conflict. And then we're going to be looking at the war breaking out in Vietnam. We already talked a little bit about how the Vietnamese tried to get rid of French and Japanese involvement. And we'll look at this conflict. Again, this is a very basic overview. Again, some of your grandparents may have served in Vietnam. Then we have the section Fighting for the Third World. It's going to overview what is the Third World, what does it mean, what's going on there as Americans and Soviets compete. And then we'll be looking at specific areas. So this area of the third world is going to be in Latin America. Then we're going to be looking at confrontations in the Middle East. All right, and we'll look at next how the Soviet policy in Eastern Europe and China and what's going to change once Stalin dies and Khrushchev takes control. Uh, and then there's from brinksmanship to the collapse of the top. We're looking at the changing relationship between the United States and the Soviet Union in the late 70s and 80s as things seem to thaw. And then Gorbachev will come to power in the Soviet Union. We'll look at how he's going to change things, and then which will finally result in the Soviet Union facing turmoil and will ultimately collapse and no longer exist by 1991. Uh, as always, if you have any questions, please email me. I hope, again, everyone enjoyed the week off, and I hope to hear from you all soon. That is all for now.